Hello there, Mad Mike here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to talk about something a little funny that has been coming up in the news lately. Again, it's kind of Star Wars related. I just think this is kind of amusing to talk about. I don't necessarily think it's something that is very pertinent to the film itself. Maybe it's a little bit pertinent to Lucasfilm and how they handle certain things. But on a recent interview with Good Morning America, director J.J. Abrams, who is directing Rise of Skywalker, which comes out late next month, admitted that at some point during the production of the film, a script that was given to one of their actors, he did not state who, was lost, found by a housekeeper, and then placed on eBay for sale. Now, that's kind of interesting in a couple different ways, if true. I'm not 100% sure that this story is true because the validity of it sounds a little odd, but especially in comparison with the way that Marvel is run, which again, this might just point out some flaws in Lucasfilm, which, it's kind of pointing out the obvious at this point that there are flaws there, but J.J. Abrams, on an interview with Good Morning America, stated that at a point during the production of Rise of Skywalker, an actor had taken a script home, and before this, it's really funny because he explains, about the fact that they're so secretive, and they print these. They only had a certain number of scripts that were printed, and they were printed on this like unreadable on this uncopyable paper and stuff, and things like that. And that they take all these precautions. Then he states that one of the actors apparently brought the script, I'm assuming home. He says his place, so I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was a hotel, but he states that somebody who came in to clean the house, or a housekeeper, came in, found the script, took the script, and then proceeded to give it to somebody to put up on eBay for sale. He then states that somebody from the production team saw that the script was up for sale on eBay, and they managed to get the script back before it actually sold and shipped to somebody. Now, I would assume that there are a lot of legal repercussions if that were to have actually sold, but it's kind of funny to think about that somehow you managed to get to a point where that happened. And, we've all heard these kind of insane, secretive stories about, with the Marvel movies when it came to, like, Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame, how, there were people that were getting, like, there were actors that were getting pulled into vans and, like, handed scripts to read. There were fake scripts everywhere. They had, like, 5 or 6 different scripts that were floating around that, only one of them was the actual script. Actors were getting very compartmentalized in terms of, like, what they knew and what they didn't know. A lot of them only knew the scenes that they were in. So it's kind of interesting to see this in regards to that, because I have a funny feeling the Marvel people probably would not let them take the script home with them or even back to their hotel room. And, those actors seem to get by pretty fine with it. But it's when it comes to a movie like this, again, I understand the need for secrecy because obviously you don't want to spoil the film before it comes out. But when you get to a point where you have a film script for a major triple A budgeted Hollywood film that has made its way onto eBay, I've never seen that before. And I don't know if it's just because, nobody's tried to do it before, or maybe this is just a big movie and we haven't seen it that much. Maybe it's happened before, and I don't know. The other thing that kind of strikes me strange about this is that we know for a fact that the script was not finished going into the production of Rise of Skywalker, so this must have been pretty late in the production. J.J. Abrams also confirms that they were doing reshoots all the way up through October, which is interesting. It's kind of strange, again, and he kind of brushes it off as like, oh, well, if you have a chance to fix something, you think, oh, maybe this could look better, that could look better, then you do it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense when you say it like that, but at the same time, you're doing reshoots for a film, 2 months before it's supposed to come out, which means you need to render and redo those scenes and re-edit those sequences before, again, the film comes out. He states that the film is finished. The film is officially finished a little ahead of a month before its release. But again, this is something that's very interesting to me because it confirms a few things in this little interview, but it also kind of muddies the water on a couple of other things. But in relation to the studio security around this script, it's amusing to me the fact that it managed to get that far, because I assume the reason why they were able to find it on eBay, they don't just have a production assistant that's just surfing eBay looking for Star Wars stuff, is that the actor told them, like, yeah, I left the script somewhere and I don't know where it is, and they were probably like, okay, we got to check eBay because somebody's going to try and sell this damn thing. It seems like it was one of those situations. J.J. Abrams did not name the actor who supposedly lost the script. I assume because obviously he doesn't want the negative PR, but it's even stranger to me. Nobody knew about this story really until this interview came out, and he mentioned this. And it doesn't necessarily make him and the actors and the people that are involved in the movie look very good. I have a funny feeling that the Disney PR team are not necessarily happy that he let that one slip. And again, I don't know how heavily involved he's going to be in the future of Lucasfilm. I doubt it's going to be the extent that he has been over the last few years, but it's going to be interesting to see if he kind of clams up a little bit in the next month in regards to any behind-the-scenes type of stuff that's going on. The other thing is they did premiere not a trailer, but a clip during that same interview on Good Morning America. Nothing too insane, just a chase and stuff like that. It looks like it might be on Jakku, the same planet we see where Rey jumps over the TIE Interceptor. So again, nothing really amazing. The dialogue in the scene is kind of dumb. It's kind of amusing. Like they go, oh, now they can fly, because they show these troopers getting like launched off of these like sand speeder type things, and they have jetpacks, so they start flying and like shooting at the little barge with the heroes are riding. C-3PO goes, oh, they fly now, and then Finn goes, they fly now, and then Poe just goes, they fly now. It's like, okay, like when C-3PO says it, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, it's C-3PO, he kind of points out the obvious, like, perfectly fine line. When Finn says it, again, I don't think they should be using him as the comic relief as much as they do, so it's kind of, by the time Poe says it, it's like, just shut the fuck up. But, there's not too much to go on in this. I just thought it was really amusing that somehow a legit Star Wars script somehow managed to make its way onto fucking eBay. And the fact that this was something that J.J. Abrams decided to share with the world on Good Morning America is even more amusing, because it makes the studio look bad, and it makes the actors look bad, and it kind of makes his production team look a little bit bad that they allowed that script to go home with that actor. Now, I do know that a lot of actors do keep copies of scripts with them, but when it comes to stuff like this, Disney in the past has had a very, very stringent, secretive policy on this type of stuff. And like I said, when you see with Marvel, it's like, I don't think any of those actors got to take that script home. I honestly don't. And I don't think any of them have stated such either. I think the only person that may have been allowed to see that script in their own home was probably Robert Downey Jr. Other than that, I don't think any of those actors got to see those scripts in their own homes. I think they all had to see them at the studio or on set or something like that, or in their trailers. I don't think anybody was able to bring those scripts to like a hotel room or to anything else. Those stayed in a house, and then on top of that, they had all of those fake scripts that were floating around too. So I think that maybe Lucasfilm needs to step up their security in the future on these type of films. Maybe don't let your actors necessarily take the scripts home with them and leave them for cleaning people to find. But I found it kind of amusing. That's why I wanted to talk about it. And then there was a couple of little things that were kind of confirmed to us in the interview as well that I wanted to go over. But I want to know what you think. Do you think it's as funny as I do that a Star Wars script somehow, a legit Star Wars script, wound up on eBay, or do you think that this is just kind of something like the only reason it's being publicized is because it's a big script and because it's a big film and because it's Lucasfilm? But again, I want to know your thoughts, so put them in the comments below. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the like button, subscribe, and remember, I live my life free of compromise. Do you?